Hi, in today's video, I am going to install a new power bank for my home network in my box truck conversion. I think that's the best way we can summarize. I am tired. On today's agenda, let me explain what this rat's nest is and what I'm going to do with it. I have made a lot of changes to my truck and I have a lot of stuff going on with all of these wires and stuff. In a nutshell, I have my home network system. I have my Starlink and stuff coming through here, including my router and stuff, is going into my Bluetti. The reason why is when my inverter turns off at nighttime, this Bluetti kicks on and supplies it with power throughout the nighttime. It's only a small amount of power, but power nonetheless. And then in the morning when my inverter goes back on, it clicks on and everything goes back to normal. So I have the Bluetti as an uninterrupted power source. So anything happens, it always has its own little separate battery. But I'm replacing the Bluetti for this purpose. The reason why is threefold. One, the capacity is only 448 watts. My new unit is 1000 watts. So I've got a higher capacity one. The second reason is that this higher capacity unit I got for $150 when it should have been like way more. So that price came into it. This unit can also be charged with a special DC input, which is what we're going to do today as well. So it doesn't have to charge off of AC power. So it can run continuously. And what's the third reason? Don't know, can't remember. Oh yeah, that's it. The third reason is that this wire here, which is my Starlink, it supplies the full amount of power to my Starlink Mini, as opposed to the partial amount of power, which is what my Bluetti is providing. So there's the three reasons that I am swapping this out. Now, the way I'm going to do it is I'm going to connect it to DC with this little cigarette lighter thingy, essentially. So I'm just going to connect these two wires to a DC, an old DC cable that I have that I'm not using anymore. So I'm going to attach it to that. Then it's going to plug in with the cigarette lighter thing, and then that is going to go into there, and it can charge forever off DC. Because it's charging off DC, I won't have the AC conversion, which loses power. So it's going to be more power efficient in charging as well. So a million different reasons, because let's face it, I'm not buying this unit because of the way it looks. It is pretty incredibly green in places. So that's what we're doing today. You'll see what's going on. I'll explain it. So the first thing I think I'm going to do is I don't have the drill bit to attach this, to put this through. So for now, I think it's going to be loosely hanging, which is not great. But basically the main thing that we're going to do here is we're going to snip this wire, which is disconnected. I just double checked. It is disconnected. I'm still going to wear gloves. I'm not going to turn off my power as I snip it. And then we're going to snip these cables, and then we're going to attach them together. This has a fuse already in the cable. There is also no fuse, no blade fuse in there. I'm saying this mainly for myself, so that there really cannot be any risk of serious injury. That's what I'm telling myself. But yeah, I'm gonna attach that. I'm gonna snip the cables, attach the cables, and then put it here. Then I'm gonna take all this crap out, and then I'm gonna put my new power bank in here. All right, gloves. Hashtag pros wear marigolds. I've only ever been shocked once. Technically, I snipped a live wire and wondered why it made a noise and a sound, and just a bunch of sparks came out. I wondered why that happened. And then when I looked at the cable cutter, it was all melty. So fingers crossed on this one, kids. All right, so it's this one. I could even maybe able to potentially pull it. Could I pull it? Oh, actually, let's see. Let's see if we can pull it through, because that would be a little bit easier. While I've got those wire ends exposed, is I am going to test it. I'm going to test this cable to make sure it's not live. But really, if it's live, then I know absolutely zero about shit, basically. I guess that doesn't make sense. I'm going to turn on my work light. I'm going to disconnect my power. And then I'm going to snip this cable. Oh, man. This is hilarious. Okay, we're doing it properly. Okay. Grid is off. This is okay to be on. Yeah. That is off. Then the solar is off. All right. We're doing it safely. Everything's off. Battery disconnect is off. Beautiful. What I'm going to do here is I'm going to try and pull that through as much as we can. I don't think it's going to happen. Oh shit, it does. Oh my god, that's perfect. That's actually perfect. Yeah, boy. Okay, let's triple check that they're not live wires. They should not be, but you know, we have to check. Okay. Nothing, nada. No power. Perfect. Now what we're going to do is we're going to snip. We're going to snip these cables from this thingy. Go right ahead and snippity snip. Boop. And boop. Then we're going to strip the ends of the wires by, I don't know, 1/2 inch. Look at me with my marigolds on. Okay, wire stripped. Wire stripped. Then what we're going to do is, I have a little color code system, is positive goes in the orange, neutral or negative, whichever you call it, is in blue. So there you go, that's the live. And then you got neutral. There you go. Solid connection. Happy days. Then we're going to do the same here on these wires. We're going to do a little twisty twist on this one. Beautiful. Perfect. That's in solid. Let's just triple check that live. Okay, solid. Now we need a fuse. The fuse, I'm not 100% sure on the blade fuse that I need. Let's check. Okay. All right. We're in. We are in. So now we have that there. I'm going to remove all my stuff. Okay, that's out. And we've got the new power station going in. Okay. Beautiful. And then we have a new circuit for it that needs cable tidying. That's for damn sure. Over here. And then that is there ready to charge, which is great. And then the Starlink cable needs to go. Starlink goes down to there. That's amazing. That's done. Happy days. Power. We have lights. Now this is turning on. Okay, so that's all on. And then this is showing how much power is drawn at startup for the NAS and for Starlink, but I assume that will go down as it loads everything and gets back to its normal baseline. There you go. The Starlink is running at about 18 watts, and I think the home network is probably going to run between 10 and 20, depending on what happens. And during the nighttime, the Starlink turns off. So that power just goes down to 0. And I think my NAS goes down to like a sleep mode or something similar. So the power during the nighttime basically should be minimal. But the good thing now with this is because I was turning off my inverter at nighttime, so the battery wasn't topping up. So when I turned it back on in the morning, there was a big power draw in the morning. Now it's always topping up off DC power. So there shouldn't be some peaks and troughs. It should be a lot more consistent now. So that's good. So what I need to do now is I need to take another blade fuse. I don't know anything about double fusing stuff, but I assume that it's not a problem. I just want to make sure that that is connected. Okay, good. All right, so it's settling at 9 watts for the home network and 15 watts for the Starlink, which is awesome. I think I can get it much more efficient than that, to be honest with you. Come with me to show you my little electricity setup. It's been a while since I messed around with this. So this is actually connecting to my 12 volt setup. So here, this one that's got the little light on it, that circuit there anyway it was for my extractor fan. The extractor fan that I had in the middle that now replaced with the AC unit. So that was the cable that I found up there that I just pulled through. So there is no fuse in there at the moment. That's why the little light is on. So I'm guessing there's some sort of, I don't know. I don't know anything about anything, but that's the one that we're using. So it is technically on my 12 volt circuit rather than my 24 volt. I'm going to use a 20 amp fuse on this. I think my power station charges at like 150 watts. So 20 amps should cover any big spikes, but it shouldn't be pulling any more than that. And that's the only thing that's going to go on this circuit for now. So let me plug in the fuse. There we go. So that is in. Now what we're going to do is the scary part, which is turn the electricity back on. So we are looking for that to start charging immediately. And for nothing to go pop. So let's see if things go pop. Okay, it's good. Oh, that is what we like to see. Perfect, that's what we want. So the power station is charging. That is exciting. I love it when a project doesn't completely screw up, because oftentimes it does. And I got to use an existing circuit to do this, so that makes me happy. Great, so we've got this circuit that goes from over there all the way around here. We attach this little cigarette adapter thingy, which is going to be fit into a wall or something eventually. And it's charging the power station now at 21 watts. And this power station is powering the Starlink with the correct amount of voltage, and it's also charging and powering the home network system, all of this. So the network switch, the router, the network attached storage as well. So it's powering all of that, which is wonderful. And it is no longer connected to the AC. So when I turn my inverter off at night, can take these off now. So when I turn my inverter off at night, the battery's not going to drain overnight. And if it doesn't get much power coming through, it has a bigger backup battery than my old Bluetti. But the good thing is that I do still have this Bluetti. I love me some Bluetti. And I now have an actual power backup. If everything else fails, I have an actual backup power charged and ready to go. So that's where we're at. There's still so much cable management to go. In terms of cable management, up here, obviously a lot to do. I'm not going to do that now. So I'm going to put up some more. I'm going to tidy all of these lights up. I don't know whether I'm going to redo my lights or I don't know. The lights are functional but not pretty right now, so I may redo my lights. I definitely need to tidy up all of these cables. Now this is semi-permanent. I've got pretty much everything I need for my home network and my wiring and stuff. So we're ready to like permanize. That's not a word. We're ready to make some of this stuff permanent, which involves actual cable tidying and all that sort of stuff. The thing here, the only reason why we're holding off is that over here, this, not live, this cable is going to be a DC socket, just a USB socket here for anything that I want to charge up here. For example, my projector now runs off USB, so I want to be able to charge it using a USB cable from up here. So that will be something that I will do. No, I'm not going to do it now. I debated it for a second, but basically I've got, I think next project is putting in these final 2 USB ports here and down below on the sofa as well. Anyway, that is it for now. Thank you for joining me on revitalizing my home network-ish. More to come. For now, I'm clocking out.